Hello and welcome to the Midday Update. Let's take a look at the headlines for today. Supreme Committee to deal with COVID-19 visits immunization center. SEAB records highest COVID-19 deaths. Oman's COVID-19 vaccination drive crosses the 1 million milestone. Red Cross's president of International Committee arrives in Oman. India reports 34,703 new cases in the last 24 hours, the lowest in 111 days. Boris Johnson confirms likely July 19th end to COVID-19 rules. German authorities arrest man accused of stealing rare Ferrari 2 years ago. Djokovic brushes off Garin's challenge, storms into quarters. Lucas Paqueta's goal helps Brazil beat Peru 1-0 to enter final. Those were the headlines. Now for the weather update.
This is Maythel Shukeli with today's weather update, and right now I'm reporting from inside the TFM studio in Al Khoir. Before we move on to our weather update, here is our fact for today. Astronomers think that it is possible for rainbows to occur on Titan, which is one of Saturn's moons. That is our fact for today, and now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in the Sultanate. According to Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authorities, there will be clear to partly cloudy skies along the coastal areas of the Far and adjoining mountains with intermittent drizzle. There will be mainly clear skies in the rest of the Sultanate, with chances of late night to early morning low-level clouds or fog patches along the coastal areas of Arabian Sea and Oman Sea. And there's also chances of clouds development over Al Hajar Mountains in the afternoon. And now let's move on and take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 37 to 32 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 40 to 31 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 31 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batana will have thunder showers, temperatures between 39 to 29 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraimi will have thunder showers, temperatures between 46 to 32 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 44 to 32 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 41 to 26 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will have thunder showers, temperatures between 40 to 25 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 41 to 28 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 25 degrees Celsius. And the Far will have thunder showers, temperatures between 30 to 27 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to the Midday Update. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 updates for today. The Ministry of Health has announced the registration of 23 new COVID-19 deaths, taking the total death toll in the Sultanate to 3,339. The Ministry has extended its deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. The Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 1,824 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total cases in the Sultanate to 278,560. The total number of recoveries now stand at 246,466. The Ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee. Now for the local news. The members of the Supreme Committee to deal with COVID-19 have visited the immunization center at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center to check on the progress of the vaccination process. A statement issued online by Oman news agency said the following. A number of excellencies of the Supreme Committee to deal with COVID-19, headed by His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal al-Busaidi, Minister of Interior, visited the immunization center at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center to see the progress of the vaccination process for the target group. During the visit, they listened to a full explanation of the procedures followed for the course of the vaccination process, from the beginning of registration until receiving the vaccine, the coordination mechanism, and the reception of those eligible for vaccination with the application of precautionary measures. They commended the high turnout of the target groups, which reflects societal awareness. SEEB recorded 5 new COVID-19 deaths yesterday, the highest number of deaths reported in the country on Monday, according to data from the Ministry of Health. The Tarasul Plus app, which provides daily updates on the COVID-19 situation in the country, reported that Muscat Governorate recorded 17 deaths due to COVID-19. The 5 cases in Vilayat SEEB aside, both Vilayat Muscat and Mathura reported 4 deaths each, while both Vilayat Bosher and Vilayat Al-Amirad recorded 2 deaths each. Outside the Governorate of Muscat, the highest jump in deaths was seen in the North and South Al-Batana Governorates, both of which reported 5 deaths each. However, Dhofar and South Al-Sharqiya Governorates recorded 2 deaths each, followed by Al-Wusta and North Al-Sharqiya Governorate with the least number with only 1 death. Fortunately, the 4 governorates of Al-Dakhliya, Al-Dahira, Al-Buremi and Masandam all recorded 0 deaths, bringing the total number of deaths to 33. The total number of people vaccinated against COVID-19 amounted to 1,096,838, according to a statistic from the National Campaign for Immunization Against COVID-19 published on July 5, 2021 by the Ministry of Health. As of July 3, 2021, out of the total target population of 3.7 million people aged 12 years and over, the number of people who received 2 doses against COVID-19 reached 22%, and those who received a single dose of the vaccine reached 78% of the total population vaccinated. Speaking exclusively to Times of Oman, Ibrahim Al-Maimani, a social activist and a data analyst, confirmed that in 7 days, 242,564 people were vaccinated at a rate of 34,652 people per day. If this rate continues, 2 million people will be vaccinated until the end of this month, and the percentage will increase from 30% to 56% of the population in the Sultanate. Dr. Zakaria Al-Balushi, an infectious disease consultant at the Royal Hospital, also spoke exclusively to the Times of Oman about when the Sultan can achieve societal immunity. She said that the Sultan can achieve societal immunity when it has achieved a target of 60 to 70% of the population. About the importance of receiving the COVID-19 vaccine, Dr. Zaid bin Al-Khattab Al-Hinai, assistant professor at the College of Medicine and consultant infectious disease at Sultan Qaboos Hospital, spoke to Shabiba FM and said that the latest study received from Britain on the effectiveness of vaccines against the Delta strain states that the effectiveness is divided into 2 types: vaccines which are effective against light infection and those that are effective against severe infection. The president of the International Committee of the Red Cross has arrived in Oman. His Excellency Peter Maurer, president of the International Committee of the Red Cross, arrives in the Sultanate for a 2-day visit, Oman News Agency said in a statement. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the international news.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to the midday update. Now for the international story. India reported 34,703 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, the lowest in 111 days, informed the Union Health Ministry on Tuesday. Recoveries continue to outnumber daily new cases for the 54th consecutive day. The number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 29,752,294. While the case fatality rate stands at 1.32%, the data stated. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced on Monday that July 19th would likely see the lifting of most restrictions imposed to stop the spread of the coronavirus in England. His announcement at a press conference in Downing Street came as cases in England rise to the highest level since January. A final decision is to be taken on July 12th. The other parts of the UK, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, are also planning to leave lockdowns in similar paths but more slowly. Now, talking about the restrictions that will be lifted, the wearing of face masks will be voluntary except in hospitals and other healthcare settings. Transport providers can still choose to insist on masks if they decide to. Nightclubs and other businesses will be able to reopen. There will be no more legal limits on numbers at indoors and outdoor meetings. There will be no more 1 meter rule on social distancing. The interval between vaccine doses for people younger than 40 will be reduced to 8 weeks from 12 weeks to speed up the vaccine rollout. People will no longer be instructed to work from home. Fully vaccinated people will no longer have to self-isolate if they have had contact with an infected person. Johnson, who himself suffered a serious bout of the disease, has often talked of COVID-19 as something to be conquered, but Monday's announcement seemed to suggest that society would have to learn to live with the virus. As we begin to learn to live with this virus, we must all continue to carefully manage the risk from COVID-19 and exercise judgment when going about our lives, Johnson said ahead of his address. At the press conference, Johnson, however, noted that this pandemic is far from over and we must reconcile ourselves, sadly, to more deaths from COVID-19. The lifting of restrictions was originally planned for June 21st, but Johnson was forced to delay because the highly contagious Delta variant caused a resurgence of infection. German authorities have arrested a French national accused of stealing a rare Ferrari, according to an announcement on Monday by prosecutors in the northwestern city of Düsseldorf. The 45-year-old reportedly stole the 1985 Ferrari 288 GTO while taking it on a test drive in May 2019. The man posed as a prospective buyer and sped off with the vehicle after meeting with its owner. The vehicle was later found in the town of Grevenbroich, which is located in the southwest of Düsseldorf. Authorities managed to collect fingerprints belonging to the suspect. The man had been photographed shortly before the theft at a classic car show where the Ferrari was being shown. The man had a criminal history in France and had to serve prison term there before being handed over to the German authorities. The original owner of the car was reported to have been British Formula One racer Eddie Irvine. The vehicle is worth more than $2.4 million. Those are the international stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the sports.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the sports story. World number 1 Novak Djokovic on Monday stormed into the quarterfinals of the ongoing Wimbledon 2021. Djokovic defeated Chile's Christian Garin 6-2, 6-4, 6-2 in the fourth round of the ongoing Grand Slam here at the center court. The Serbian brought his A game to the court and he won the first set quite comprehensively, dropping just 2 games, and his opponent Garin had no answers to whatever was being thrown at him. Garin showed more fights in the second set, and at one stage, the scoreline was level at 3-3. But at that moment, Djokovic took his game a notch higher and he was able to win it for 6-4. Djokovic needed to win just one more set to progress to the last 8 in the men's singles at the ongoing Wimbledon. The 34-year-old Serbian did not disappoint and he won the third set, progressing ahead in the quarterfinals. Later in the day, Roger Federer would play his fourth round match against Italy's Lorenzo Sonego. Djokovic has already won the Australian Open and French Open this year, and he currently sits on 19 Grand Slam titles. A first-half goal from Lucas Paquetá helped Brazil reach the finals of the ongoing Copa America after beating Peru 1-0 on Monday. The host and defending champion will lock horns either with Argentina or Colombia in the summit clash at the Maracana on Saturday. Argentina and Colombia will play with each other in Tuesday's semi-final clash. Paqueta scored the only goal of the game in the 35th minute. He converted Neymar's cutback from close range to obtain the first ticket to the final of the oldest national team tournament. Peru might have put Brazil under pressure in the second half but lacked the class to find an equalizer. Brazil once again claimed a victory against the Peruvians, having defeated them 3-0 in the final of the Copa America in 2019. Brazil made their match with more shots on goals in the first half and fewer shots on goal in the second half in the Copa America 2021. Earlier, Brazil had defeated Chile 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the Copa America. The only goal of the match came in the 46th minute as Paqueta netted the ball into the goalpost, giving Brazil a 1-0 lead. No more goals were scored in the game as Brazil won the match 1-0 on Saturday. In the other quarterfinal, Peru had defeated Paraguay 4-3 on penalties to enter the semi-finals of the ongoing tournament. The normal match action had finished in a 3-3 tie, and as a result, the match eventually had to progress to penalties. Those are local, international, and sports stories for today. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, so stay tuned and keep watching TV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.